Hello, everybody. It is yet another edifying and beautiful episode of our book review on Eden TV. So, now today, the book we are going to be reviewing is
The Tree and Your Ministry
by Dag Heward-Mills. Now, I understand that somebody might be wondering that, what has a tree got to do with your ministry? But not to worry, that's why we're here for you. In the meantime, we are your host, Goodness Aliu.
Alex Favor.
Beautiful. So, the tree and your ministry. I know many thoughts might be running through your mind now, but stay with me. Now, if you are a Bible student, a good Bible student, and you've read or studied the book of Genesis, you understand the fact that when Adam and Eve ate of a particular tree, everything about creation went south. And that tree they ate from was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So it is safe to say they ate from the tree of knowledge and everything got spoiled. So that's exactly what Mills is trying to help us understand in this book. It is the fact that there is a relationship, a not so good relationship between what we know as humans and our ministry towards God. Not just for ministers who are into full-time ministry, but you know, every believer has a ministry towards God. So sometimes the things that you know as a human being, the things you know as a person can actually affect your relationship with God. That's basically what he was trying, or what he explained in this book. It is the fact that many times our knowledge, the things we know as human beings, can hinder the move of God. It can hinder our relationship with God. It can affect how we receive instructions from God.
Yeah, that's true. And basically, this thing we're talking about, the book was written not today, not yesterday, not last year, a long time ago, but it is still in play in our lives, in churches and everywhere, right? Present day. There are people that, some people will be like older people, most especially, but there are still young people that do that too. Some persons have restricted themselves to a certain way. They believe that if I do this, this will certainly happen. And if it doesn't happen that way, you are like, okay, I didn't do it well. This is the formula. And God is not a rigid person. He doesn't.
He's not limited.
Following God is not following in a rigid pattern. He is someone that can give you instruction. Take for instance now, when he gave instruction to Joshua to kill
to wipe them out entirely.
The 10 Commandments, do not kill, is there.
Exactly.
But he gave the instruction of kill. And also
wipe them out completely.
Both children, imagine. So you don't go tell me to remain something for these people. He said I should clear the whole everything. So that instruction came. It also came for Saul, but Saul did not, based on he was thinking of his logical. He used his logic. Yes, he was trying to understand.
To deliberate
like
God's
instruction. There's a way we can do it.
Logical. Exactly.
It was not like, okay, when we finish, we'll go and just make sacrifices. Sacrifices, is it wrong? No. But at that time, he did not yield completely to the instruction that was given, and then that happened. So it also happened for Peter. Peter was like, oh, these things
when God told him, arise, kill and eat.
He said that these ones are unclean. Those things are things that you will be looking at it and be like, oh, it's story. Some people will say it's story, something that happened to somebody, but these things are happening to us every day of our life.
And by doing so, we are actually doubting God's word. By doing so, we are deliberating on God's promise. You know, you mentioned something about knowledge and old people.
Yes.
Let me give you an instance. There are some old people, or let me not even give you a far instance. Let me give you something from the book. According to the author, for many years, he fasted 21 days in January.
As a ritual.
That's
to begin the year.
Exactly, to begin the year. And he got so accustomed to it that anything that wants to tempt him not to do that 21 days,
he's not involved. He's not involved.
Do it because he already had security in that activity. He already believed that if I can just do 21 days at the beginning of the year, then my year is set. Exactly, the year goes still for me. But 1 year came and God gave him God never even gave him the instruction. An invitation came because at that time he had already grown into a minister, and after many years, and then an invitation came to minister in South America during that period where he was supposed to be fasting 21 days. So for somebody who's already used to fasting 21 days, his first thought was to reject the invitation. But surprisingly, God asked him to accept the invitation. And this is somebody that has been doing 21 days. It's not like some of us that they'll say do 21 days, we'll do 16 out of 21 days, or we'll never do it at all. Like this is somebody that has been consistent for many years, and God is come. And another thing, another dangerous thing about this is that all the years he has been doing 21 years, God has been answering his prayers. God has been blessing him because of that 21 days fast. So this time around, God is now telling you not to do it. As a human being, his first thought was that, and the blessings that usually come after these 21 days, how am I going to, what will happen to them? The peace of mind, the joy I used to get from doing this,
maybe the vision that will
the visions I used to see,
give you direct.
He wanted to think it out. Like he was almost arguing with God, but he just submitted to God's will. And that's the beautiful thing about his story. Because of his submission to God's will, he traveled to South America to minister in that program. And from that simple obedience, doors of ministry in the whole of South America opened to him. He recounted in this book that the blessings he got that particular year was more, exactly, they would not have come one if he did not obey God. And it was more than what he would have ever gotten if he had fasted that 21 days. So you see that sometimes God's instructions might come to us and counter what we are used to doing. They might come to us and seem to want to scatter the structures that we have already put in place. But one thing we should always understand, one thing we should always put at the back of our mind is the fact that God is not static. He's not limited. He can tell you to do something today, and tomorrow he will tell you to do something different. Or he can tell you, okay, fast 21 days this time around, day fast, maybe 6 to 6, and then you are already used to it, and then it comes again and tells you, okay, we are changing it to night fast. When it comes like that, please don't try to reason it out. Don't try to debate on it. Just obey him, and you will get the blessings out of it.
Very, very true. If you stay with your tree of information and knowledge, because knowledge has caused a lot of issues. They feel like what I know, some people, especially young people of nowadays, will be like, I have a track record of this and that. So there's nothing you want to. This is how I've been doing. If the instruction comes, you'll be like, are you sure this is God? You begin to ask questions, and some instructions demand you take action immediately. So this thing, if you are not careful, you will likely lose contact with God. God will part with you. It happened to Samson when he was supposed to keep in touch with God to know what God wants him to do he was supposed to be a deliverer to the people.
But he ended up
oh Jesus, that was too much. But then that's the truth. It happened to him like that. He lost contact with God, and with that he decided to use his own instinct, his own mind, his calculations, and to be able to use it because you go into troubles and all, so you will not be using it to like leave some things. And there's safety in God. Just rest and allow him
relax in his instructions. And I think that's one place where I would draw my last point from. It is in the fact that old people are more prone to falling out of God's will. And when I say old people, I don't mean somebody that is in his 70s or 80s. No. I mean somebody who has a track record with God, like who has history with God.
Time.
Is that kind of person that is more prone to falling out of God's will. Because over the years, definitely it can be that there are some patterns you have developed over the years, and then all of a sudden God just wakes up one day, doesn't slumber, sorry. I'm not saying God wakes up, but then out of the blues, God just comes to you with one instruction one day and tells you something like, Abraham, for instance, you have been working with God all this while. He promised you before you gave birth to Isaac that you will be a father of many nations. Now Isaac has come, the only child you have, and this same God that promised that you will be a father of many nations is asking you to kill your only son. It doesn't make any sense.
Humanly speaking.
And for Abraham, who has worked with God over the years, he would have also decided that, okay, I'm not going to kill my son because I know this God. I've been working with him for a very long time, so I'm not going to do this. But because he had that understanding that it doesn't matter how long I've worked with God, I have to obey him. And we see the outcome of it. His obedience, he's choosing God's instruction over his own knowledge.
And the last word we're going to say is that all knowledge can be found in God, but not all knowledge can be found in the tree of good and evil. Note this and keep it with you.
God is all-knowing, but you are not wise.
So with this, we have come to a conclusion for this episode, you will need to sit back and expect more from us. If you have not subscribed, please do well to
You're telling them
subscribe.
small. If you have not subscribed to Eden TV, I don't know what you're still doing on this channel. You watched us from the first minute, so this time I have not
Please
subscribed.
just
It's not fair
endure.
now.
That's
It's
a
not
Nigerian
nice.
violence person. But please
just subscribe.
yes, share, like, and comment. Please, we want to get feedback from you. Please, thank you very much.
Until we come your way again, I remain Goodness Ali, and we meet in.
I was saying we remain, but you personalize it, so I remain Felix Favor too.
Bye.
Bye.